Going live. Is this thing on? Is this thing on? Yay! Made it. Getting better all the time. Getting better at this. Better, better, better. I will wait. Hopefully the, what do you call it? The technical difficulties that we had last week. If you're tuning on, if you just could put something in the chat so I know we're connecting. There we go. Oh, my people, thank you. Thank you for making me feel better. Good morning, Spreading Sunshine. And Penny Myers, good to see you. And Becky, set your alarm. And CK, okay, good. Because remember last week we had a bunch of technical difficulties and it was like not connecting up. So yay. Narelle, nice to see you. Evangelita, good morning. Laura Voorhees, I'm glad I helped haul you out of bed. Put on your robe, put on your slippers, get yourself comfortable, grab yourself a cup of tea. I'm Regina and Nicole. I love this. Yay, good stuff, people. And thank you for showing up in the wee small, well, actually, the wee small hours to me is always like 4 a.m. But this is still pretty wicked early for a lot of people. Now, I am in the habit of doing a 7 a.m. YouTube live. Coffee, yep. Leilani, so early. I know. Oh, hun. Yeah, get your mushroom coffee. Feel free to wrap yourself in a blanket and watch me while you're in bed or on the couch or something like that. But I do, as many of you know, I do one-on-one coaching with one-on-one clients. And for quite a while now, I have had this wonderful kind of routine where I have a 6 a.m. client, of which I am never going to ever coach anybody at 6 a.m. But she and I started working early on when I didn't know that it would feel a lot better. So I've got a 6 a.m. client, I've got an 8 a.m. client, and this nice little pie in between. There we go. Oh, interesting. Narelle says 9:30 p.m. for me, and I just found you randomly. There we go. So it's funny, my tea bag smelled weird today. But we're here. And you know what? Check it out. Can you see? Where am I pointing? It's not dark out. Just a few months ago, just a few weeks ago, it was so much darker when I would get up to do my 6 a.m. coaching. So things are changing. I will tell you, as a human being on the planet, oh, Penny Myers, thank you. As a human being on the planet, I am not going to lie. I feel better when it is light out, when there is light, when the sun is shining in the sky. There ain't a cloud in sight. It stopped raining. Everybody's in a play. And don't you know, it's a beautiful new day. Hey. I will not sing the whole song. But I just want to offer to you, what makes you feel better? You know, what makes you feel better? To me, it's warmth. Yay. Layers. Yay. Hot cup of tea. Blanket on my lap. Slippers on my feet. And it's not even warmth. I will be honest with you. To me, it's having my body at a temperature that feels comfortable. Because in the height of the wet and sweaty and hot summer, I may not be as bundled up. I will be slightly, but feeling good physically. And not just, oh, I feel good. I'm not distracted by my physical body. That I can do stuff without having to worry. Am I hungry? Am I in pain? Am I the right temperature? So, what makes you feel good? Do more of that. Do more of what makes you feel good, because when you're doing good and you're feeling good, you will radiate that out like jazz hands, right? And you will affect other people. Now, I know this because I am like your morning jazz hands right now. Morning jazz hands. Because I'm feeling pretty good. And so I'm acting pretty good. And I'm showing up at 7 a.m. I could have easily, this is the thing, showing up to do the good stuff is a choice. Now, I did different things to make it easier for me to show up. And one of them was literally accountability. I promised somebody else that I was going to do something. I promised by scheduling this TikTok, getting back in the habit again, scheduling this YouTube live and sharing the schedule, creating a connection, saying, I told other people I would be here, so I am going to show up. If I didn't share, if I did not have that accountability, I could easily be like, well, I only told myself and nobody else. I'm going back to bed for an hour and then I'd get up and work. But I enjoy what I'm doing and I'm here to help. So here I am, you know? Ah, yes, Leilani, you're speaking my language. Being able to leave the door and windows open all day for fresh air makes me super stoked. Yes. We can even smell the fresh air right now, right? I think that's why, and this is really cool, you guys. This is kind of freaking me out in a good way. This weekend is March 1st and 2nd. That means spring is on the way. Love is in the air. Spring is coming. Notice how there's that concept of spring cleaning. And I think it's because our houses get stuffy and stinky and dusty and nervous and ragged and rusty. And a breath of fresh air. Even just breathing in deeply can help you feel better. It's like the spring cleaning of your lungs and nervous system, getting more oxygen to all of the cells in your body, not just the regular ones. But sun, brightness, fresh air with Terry Gross make you feel good, then yay, we're getting there. You know, here's the thing. Can you easily get to your windows? Can you easily open them? And then can you easily close them? Now, I say this as one of those decluttering motivations, but I will say to you that in a number of our rooms, our windows are not easy to get to. They are not easy to open up. Now, some of them we can change that. I am actually going to write that down to, what do you call that? Lubricate window things. So here's a fun thing too. Notice what just happened to me. I just had an idea of how I could make something easier. I had an idea. It felt like a good idea because if I do that action, it's going to be easier for me to open up my windows. It's going to be easier for me to get to them, to open them up and enjoy the fresh air, and easier for me to shut them and lock them. I had an idea and I wrote it down. And here is something that I just did as a shortcut I want to offer to you. I wrote it down with enough specificity so that I would know what I was talking about when I wrote down that list or that thing when I go back to read it. But I didn't waste my time here, my precious time with you, trying to figure out the proper words for it. I used ones that were good enough because I will know what I meant. Sure, I could Google and find out the official term for it. Window sashes, maybe. You've got great ideas in your head. You've got great ideas in your head. You probably have some unhelpful ideas. That's why we're hanging out, kind of coaching together. But you've got some really helpful ideas in your head. Ideas in your head that will help you live a life where it looks better, it functions better, and most importantly, save the best for last, feels better. Pay attention to your helpful thoughts. Write down, amplify, like an amplifier. Amplify your helpful thoughts by writing them down. But also notice the unhelpful ones. Write those down too, so you can start to notice the difference of how you feel. It's like severance. You're innie and you're outie. I love it. So Laura Voorhees is starting with easy. You know me. I joke that the story of All About Ease, right? And Stella, All About Eve. Starting with easy, washing dishes, then sorting through cookie cutters a friend gifted me. Ooh, that sounds like fun. I love sorting through stuff. Some I will like and keep, but dislike how older friends and family try to dump their things on me. Now, yes, I'm only moderately good at saying no, There we go. Laura, okay. Such good stuff. Let's use Laura's details as something to just give them something to talk about. Something to talk about. First of all, starting with easy. Starting with easy. How can you make it easier for you to start today? Whatever it is that feels easy, do it. Okay? Because that will at least get your body moving. Get your motor running, heading out on the highway. So start with easy. Now, the wonderful thing is I often think with decluttering, for example, is surface level. So first of all, always start with your physical body and your mental health. How are you feeling? How can, make yourself feel better? Do some things, breathing, stretching, eating, whatever it is, make yourself feel better. But then if we're getting right, let's pretend we're all starting there. Okay? If we're starting with the decluttering, surface level decluttering, dishes, surfaces, okay? That is really important, starting with those simple things. But here's something I want to get into because we know about that one. It's pretty simple and easy. Boundaries. Boundaries. I got no song for that. I'm just making it up. Sorting through cookie cutters, but notice, Laura says, I dislike how older friends and family try to dump their things on me. They're trying. And one of the reasons they're trying, my dear, and you know this, but I'm on your side, is that you say yes. They think you are an easy mark. They might think that you actually enjoy these things because you say yes, even when you might be railing about it on the inside. If you're only moderately good at saying no, I'm going to help you with this. You will get better at lovingly saying no with practice. Okay. Now you practiced saying no to one bag of frosting tools that I didn't want. I have a story about this, and it has to do with cookies, about saying no lovingly that I will share with you in just a moment. But guess who just tuned in? Oh, wait, I want to wait. Okay, there we go. Thumbs up first. Kat Roby is in the house. Kat, hey, yo. Okay, I'll start with easy with Laura Voorhees. Dishes for 10 minutes. Yes, setting your timer. Time for timer. 10 minutes on the dishes. Then papers I piled up this week that need to be detangled into action items. Whee! Yes, have fun. You know? So what I want to offer to you, and I'll get in this real quick. I promise to tell the cookie story, but Narelle, I don't understand why I have so much difficulty throwing things away. Even after making a decision to throw, physically doing the action is hard. Okay. Couple things I would love a little bit more detail on. You don't have to share it with me, but it would behoove you to think about. Is what you're trying to throw away something physically awkward to throw out? Is it an anvil, like an Acme anvil from like Roadrunner? Or what I think might be, if it's not something that is physically difficult to physically doing the action is hard, it's because you are not feeling a 100% or even 80% plus good on your decision. So Narelle, I would get curious, and I would get the way that you find these things out is getting specific. When was the last specific time you remember feeling this way? What was the object? What was your decision? And it might have been a decision that made sense to your head, but your heart was still kind of iffy, you know? Yeah, Laura Voorhees, it'll behoove you to learn about your uvula. Am I right? Okay, so Laura, I love that you came back because I want to tell the story of lovingly saying no. Now, this is to ensure that you're not getting things in your life that you don't want. Even if at one point you didn't mind getting them or you looked forward to it, things can change. I'm going to tell you a story about when I used to not travel a lot. One of the delights for me, and this was definitely pre-COVID, was being on a plane. And when I got a Biscoff cookie. Anybody ever been on a plane and they give you the little Biscoffs? So to me, first of all, I loved the taste. And the taste of Biscoff indicated to me travel. travel. I loved them, and that I had them infrequently. They were a treat, and so I really loved them. And I remember telling friends this. Then during COVID, I remember Biscoff cookies. Suddenly, you could buy them at the grocery store. Oh my gosh, I love these. This is a treat. I would have them. And then they came out with different ones, and I would get those. But after a while, the taste used to be not so delightful. And it's because it was not infrequent. It was not so much of a treat, but it was something I could get every time. And it no longer became special. Now, the reason I'm telling you this is because literally just this past weekend, I was on a plane and I got Biscoffs. And instead of being like, yay, I was like, all right, I'm going to take them because I'm still working on I'm going to take the food if it's free. But I didn't even eat them. I put them in my little bag and I said, I have to work on saying no to these. But they have actually been helpful when I've saved them later and I just want something to munch on before my husband wakes up. But I digress. My dear friend Patrick, knows that I like them. And so for the last couple of times I have seen him, he has, with love in his heart, brought me two of those big things of Biscoffs. He means well. He knows that I like them. And previously I've been like, oh, thank you so much. Oh, these are so nice. And for a while there I was, but then I think it was around Christmas time we saw them. And I was like, oh, I don't need these around the house anymore. So I lovingly sent a text. I can read it to you now. I will tell you the exact words I used to lovingly put a boundary up because I didn't want that in my house or in my belly anymore, not at the quantity. Okay. So I say this to you. When you're saying no to somebody else about something you don't want, you are saying yes to yourself. Laura doesn't want any more crappy things that the people are pawning off on her, but she has previously been receptive. So they think it's a good place to drop them off. You can change that though. You can change that. Okay. Here's what I said. Hello, friend. This is totally random, but I'm in a hotel and I'm looking over at multiple packs of Biscoff cookies that I've been accumulating on our recent flights. And I think I am officially done with them. Exclamation point. Exclamation points like my smiley face. I know you have lovingly gifted me with multi-packs in the past. So I just wanted to let you know that I think they are off my list. I've had my fill and I don't need any more in the future. But thank you for thinking of me when you see them. And he said, sorry to hear that, but thank you for letting me know. Okay. So, Ellen, nice to see you. People think they're doing, sometimes, not all the time, sometimes people think that they're doing a good thing by offering you the things they no longer want. However, if you don't want something, you are allowed to say no. You are allowed to say thank you, but no. Thank you for thinking of me, but no, I don't want your old shit. Thank you for thinking of me. And I used to say yes to the cookies, but now I don't want the cookies anymore. I'm sick of the cookies. But thank you for thinking of me all those times. And when you see the Biscoffs in the store, you will think of me, but you don't have to buy them. Not giving me a gift can be a gift in itself when I'm getting a pile of stuff. Okay. So, Laura, I love that you are getting moderately good at saying no. But rewire your thoughts about saying no into saying yes to yourself. Because boundaries and no is a good thing can be a good thing for yourself. I know you want to buy me a free drink, but I'm done. I don't want to be hungover. Thank you, but no. I know previously I have been I have welcomed in, whether eagerly or reluctantly or anywhere in between, the stuff that you don't want, but I am done now. I know previously I have not said anything when you've been a jerk to me, but now I'm saying, no, stop being a jerk. Boundaries are a wonderful thing. They think about that old saying, and I'm picturing it like on like one of those trivets from like a Lancaster County, PA, like an Amish, gift store, one of those tacky gift stores of which I went to a number of places this weekend. Those little trivets with the catchy sayings. Good fences make good neighbors. Yeah, yeah. Even you've got your man cave. You can do whatever you want in your man cave, but there's a boundary between your man cave and the rest of the house. Think about, I just offer this up. Think about where your lack of boundaries, and I don't say that in a judgy way. I don't say that in a judgy way. I say that just in a observational way. Has caused you to have stuff in your life that you didn't want at the time, but even if you did, you don't want it anymore. Okay? I love it. So I was just reading. Laura Sayers, what was kind of frustrating, yeah, notice what that she called me ahead of time and I told her no about one particular bag and she brought it anyway. And I had to say no again. Yeah, you know why? Because she had it in her head. Oh shit, I wanted to give this for Laura because if you didn't accept it, she was going to have to make another plan for that bag. Can I tell you how proud I am of you, Laura, for saying no again? Oh, thank you, but no. And lovingly and with a smile on your face, it screws them up. And I will say this, not everybody has something, they're not doing this in a devious way. It may be very subconscious. She may have planned to drop those 2 bags at your house. But when you said no to the second one, part of her backseat driver was saying, well, I know she said no, but that will inconvenience me. So just try anyway. She's been an easy mark. She's been a pushover before. Let's try it. I love that you practiced saying no a second time. And hopefully she did not. Laura, you got to tell us that one particular bag, did she end up dropping it off at your house or did she take it with her? Please let us know. Inquiring minds want to know. Now, yes, I think Judy Dukes is saying I'm getting much better at setting boundaries as I get older, as am I. And it is increasing the better feelings in my life. I don't want to think of my friend Patrick and go, oh my God, I bet when I see him in 2 weeks, he's going to give me cookies. I mean, doesn't that sound twisted? But at a certain point, even now, thinking of eating Biscoffs, my tummy's like, oh. It used to be something delightful. But sometimes something delightful can, with enough exposure to be like, meh, or ugh. I once went to a pretty much not an all you can eat. Somebody I knew, her dad won a raffle, I guess, or like something like that. And this is so New England, but the prize for the raffle was 50 lobsters. And so they invited a bunch of people over and I was like, oh my God, I could eat lobster I never thought I could ever say no, thank you, but no to lobster, something I love. But the quantity at any given time can make you not want it. And so again, notice my physical body response, thank you, but no. Pushing yourself away from the dinner table, saying thank you, but no to the thing. Yes, I love it. Well, the good news, Narelle, I want to get really quick. One of the benefits of me doing these YouTube lives is that pretty much immediately after I'm done and I sign it off, there is a live tab on this, on my Destination Decluttered YouTube channel. The recordings of these lives are automatically there. So Narelle, right now, if you're getting a lot of buffering or anybody who's having technical difficulties, or frankly, it's almost 7:30, maybe you've got to get up and do other things, that the full recording of this live will be posted almost immediately on the YouTube channel so that you can tune in later and it won't have the buffering. Okay. So notice that. Do not worry. You'll be taken care of. Now, you guys, if you were all wondering if Laura ended up getting the bag of stuff or sending it away, she took it with her. Yay. Phew. Yes, notice the tension you had in your body of the fear of her then pushing back and saying, no, take it. And then it becomes kind of a battle of the wills. Now, you guys have seen in previous TikTok videos and whatnot, the 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 stuff in my house. You have seen in the background, you have seen my house. I have very little, if anything, in my house that I truly do not like looking at, works well, makes me feel good. Have I had people with love in their hearts? And this is a wonderful thing. When you remind yourself, or even if you need to manufacture the love in your heart that somebody is giving you a gift of something, they think they're doing a good thing, match that vibe and lovingly love yourself to know that the gift is not something you want. One of the reasons my house looks so good is because I have said lovingly, thank you, but no, to things that do not fit in with my life. I don't say no to the vibe, the gift giving vibe. Thank you for thinking of me. Oh, that's so cool. But thank you, but no. Or we've all done this. Oh, thank you. And then you hang it on for a while and then you lovingly give it another home. Okay. Yeah. Now, this is interesting. Laura says, but she also said, I can give her back what I don't want because I don't want to leave them on your hands. But it would be so much easier if I can give them away the leftovers and not be beholden to returning the ones I don't want. Okay. Now, notice what is easier, the path of least resistance. Water always flows downhill, something like that. Why don't you offer to, that wasn't that nice of her to offer to take back the things you don't want? What I would suggest is to say to her, thank you for saying that, but is it okay? Do you seriously want them back? I will give them back. But if not, honestly, it's so much easier for me to just donate them somewhere else. Have that conversation with the person. Okay. So I love that not only did you stand up with your little traffic cop hand, your boundary hand, and say, thank you, but no. Thank you, but no is a really great way to say it. Not just no. Thank you for thinking of me, but no thank you to the object. Thank you for the vibe, but no thank you. Thank you, but no thank you. And then be lovingly firm because you know you're going to feel better without that thing. But ask her if she wants that stuff. Okay, I will accumulate this stuff, but then you'll have to come pick it up. Don't make it any more difficult on yourself. You know? Yeah. Now, Carol is saying, thank you for this. I have trouble saying no to my dad, who is 91. I'm going to try this. Now, I will share this with you. We may not change. Notice what we're trying to do is we are trying to change somebody else's habit. Somebody has the habit of thinking, I have this stuff, and so may like it because they have liked receiving these gifts in the past. So they have an association between something that they see and thinking of not either not wanting their own stuff anymore or something out in the store, like a gift or something. And they associate it with you. We need to disrupt that pattern so they kind of stop doing that. But at 91 or 85, as my mother will be in just about a month, it may not be as easy as we want. So I offer you this. You can lovingly say thank you to them, but also lovingly say thank you to you by whatever that gift is, reminding yourself you do not need to keep it. Okay? So if it ends up being that you're 90, it becomes more of a push me, pull you between that person, you can keep it temporarily and you could literally just put it in your own donation bag. I've done that before because to me, the more important thing is am I going to battle with my mother about this? My mom's gotten better at this. I will be honest. Enough of those things. Thank you for thinking of me. You don't need to buy me a gift, that type of thing. Now, here's a really cool thing. Here's a really cool thing in my do not underestimate this. Look at the insight that Laura discovered that I'm going to share with you in just a moment if you haven't read the comments already about this dynamic between I found this and thought of you. She says, I think I just figured it out. Bing. She wanted an excuse for us to see each other. I think she might be a little lonely. Yeah. I have an excuse to go see Laura because I have this random shit that I can pretend. And it may not even be on this other person's conscious level. But maybe she's feeling a little bit lonely. Oh, I know. I could bring this stuff over to Laura. She's accepted this stuff before. Yeah. So notice that, Laura. Maybe what you could do is, again, change that behavior to eliminate the stuff. But if you like hanging out with this person, maybe you'd say, hey, you know what? How about this? Why don't we get together for coffee? You know? Why don't we get together for coffee? You don't need to bring me a damn thing. Has anybody noticed too? I mean, literally, birthday presents. Stopping the idea of the requirement of giving a physical object and instead give the thing that everybody wants anyway, which is the loving energy and connection. Now, I am teaching my nieces and nephew this. My niece's birthday was what, yesterday? And I lovingly sent her a text. And I lovingly throughout the year show up. But am I giving anybody physical gifts now? Hell no. Because I don't want them to feel beholden. Well, Auntie Beth gave me that for my birthday, you know? But having that connection, that energy, because think about it. The gift retains the energy of which it was given. So it's like, oh, my dad gave me that. I really love it. Oh, my dad gave me that, but I don't like it. Your energy, it may not match them. So just notice it's not about the thing, it's about the energy behind it. Okay. Yeah. And Leilani is saying, oh, I love that. You're right. I can see that. Yeah. So get curious about your own gift giving. Okay. Don't reflect on your MO in this relationship. Now, I say this because a lot of people will say, well, I don't know what to do with it. Nobody I know wants any of this stuff. That means you were expecting to give it to somebody you know. Why not give your stuff to somebody you don't know? Do you ever push something on somebody else that they don't, that you know they may not want? Do you ever ask about a gift that you gave to somebody? Do you ever follow up like that? Don't be that person. Do not give gifts with strings attached. Be clean. Be clean. Feel good about the energy behind a gift. Okay? Yeah. Okay, so Laura, actually, I am liking getting together with her less. I don't enjoy her negative energy, and she tried to make excuses for. Oh, yeah. Laura, what I will offer this. Again, thank you, but no. I am busy. I am busy. Repeated boundary making preserves you, and you are why I'm here. You are the most important person we're talking about. If that person is negative and you don't want to hang around with them, you don't have to hang around with them. We get into a lot of trouble by being people pleasers, by pleasing other people before we please ourselves. No, not on my watch. Pleasing yourself, doing something good for yourself does not necessarily mean you're being bad to other people, but there is nothing wrong with saying, how is this going to make me feel? And lovingly making excuses, pushing them away, lovingly being firm to your little fences, because you deserve to feel good. You are not a bad person if you don't hang around with somebody who makes you feel bad. If anything, you're kind of leading them on because they think you want to hang out with them, but you're lying the whole time. It's like a bad date. Just practice self-care by putting a loving boundary around you to let in the people you want to let in. It's like you're the doorkeeper at a really cool club. Who do you want to let into your house? Who do you want to let into your life? Who do you want to lock the door and barricade it and say, no effing way are you ever coming in? And what are all the gradations in between? Okay. She may be lonely, but you don't know. And this sounds like tough love, but I'm here for Laura. I'm not here for random cookie cutter lady. She may be lonely, but that's not your problem. She's probably lonely because of her negative energy. Well, sucks to be you. Change yourself, but I'm not here for her. I'm here. Yeah. So, yeah. Notice these things. We find out that gift giving and donating and boundaries are such a big part of this. You know? Now, this is fun. These are some good ideas. I love this. Leilani is saying, as a new single mom years ago, I loved gifts for experiences. Yes. So if you're a gift giver, think, how can I give something that is not going to stay in the physical world, but it's going to stay in my heart and memories? So kids, museums, tickets, movies, visits to Krispy Kreme. Yeah, you eat that donut. Oh my God, it's gone in a minute. Things we could do, but not have to manage, because you are the manager. Oh, what is it? Yertle the turtle, oh glorious me, for I am the ruler of all that I see. Yeah, you are the manager of every single one of the things in your house. You're the manager of those things. Do you want to manage so many things? No, you don't. I don't. Now, this is fun. Luann says, place a box outside with a free sign on it, gone in a flash. Luann, and again, this is going to sound harsh, because she says, but is this contributing to the hoarding or cluttering of others? Maybe, but who cares? Maybe, but that's not your problem. Maybe, but maybe you can choose to think, oh, I'm not going to put it in a free box because it may be adding to somebody else's clutter. Or maybe this thing in the box is going to be something that somebody has been looking for, that is going to be so delighted you have made their day. I have been the person who has found the diamond in the rough of my own designation in somebody else's free pile. So instead of thinking, oh, I can't do this because it might make things worse for them, how about I can do this? It's going to make it better for me and somebody else. It's like, what is that? When you do comedy, yes and is one of those things they say in improv, because it keeps things going. No or yes but can stop things. It's all in how you talk to yourself. But notice the difference. You have like one of those flow charts. I have this thing I don't want. I'm going to put it in I could put it in a box outside with a free sign. Okay. But if I do that, if I'm afraid that it's going to hurt somebody else, I may end up keeping it myself for fear that it's going to add to somebody else's whatever fear. And then you know what happens? You're stuck with the thing, and it ends up being part of your hoard. Okay. Yes. And here's another thing too. Mary Coker, you're bringing up a really good point. Mary says, or maybe someone who needs to make extra cash finds it. Yes. I have heard a lot of people say that they don't like to put things away for free or sell them cheap or donate them for fear that somebody else is going to make money off of what you donated. Why are you worried if somebody makes money off of something you've donated? You didn't make money off of it. Okay. That person may be paying their rent with the stuff that they're selling that they got for free. I was a person like that years ago. I was paying my rent with things that I would go to the thrift store. I knew that people wanted that. I bought it. I turned a profit. I paid my bills. So catch yourself If you are saying, I don't want to donate this because it's worth good money, and yet you're not actually selling it yourself, why not allow somebody else to make that money? Now, money is I keep on hitting this something. I apologize. Money is a really interesting place to hang out. You know, money talk. It is fascinating how much our thoughts and feelings and actions are intertwined with the good old dollar sign, right? So get curious if something that's stopping you from donating something is that A, I paid good money for it, or B, that may be worth something someday. Both things can be true. Yes, and what are you going to do about it? Are you going to sell it? Then sell it. Set it and forget it. Are you not going to sell it? Then move it along in the pipeline to somebody who will. Because it's not doing any good just sitting in your house, just sitting there, having been bought and not working out for you. Now, let all thrive. Now it's funny. I think that's is that you? Cat Roby. Cat Roby says 10-minute timer went off. Ding, ding, ding. And I gasped, stopped the dishes. That's a boundary, which helped me to avoid the piles. Yeah. Okay. Now this is fun. This is fun. This also disrupts this capitalistic society. So here's an idea, and I believe it's from Cat Roby. I have a friend that we have photo safaris of things we'd like to buy when we go shopping. It gives conversation, but stops the buying. That's a fun thing to do. And I love sending photos of things I used to buy for people. Yes, instead of sending it, my friend Patrick could take a picture of a Biscoff cookies thing the next time he's in the store and say, thinking of you. That's all it is really is, hey, my brain and heart is thinking of you and I love you. And this makes me think of you, you know? Yep. And I figured it was you, Kat, because you used the timer. Notice a timer is a wonderful boundary. A boundary to stop doing something, especially when you have a finite amount of time that you need to work in to make sure, and at least that 10 minutes of dishes was something. And now she's going to start on her mail or whatnot. Yeah. Yeah. And Luann rightly says, yeah, I wish that stores who destroy their inventory would let people have it instead of destroying it. We are such a wasteful country. Yes, we are. You know why? Because we are a capitalistic society. People profit over selling things. They do not profit when they give it away. And profit is important in this country. I don't say it like it's a good thing. I actually say it sometimes like it's a bad thing. And yet, here we are. What are we going to do about it? We have power as individuals to change how we feel. And we have power as individuals. With enough individuals getting together, we can make a difference. It's the only thing that ever has. Has anybody heard about people boycotting Target? Not spending. Notice a boundary, a barrier. I'm not going to spend my money on Target. I'm going to spend it somewhere else. They will feel that when enough people do it. But even if they don't feel it, I have been boycotting Walmart since the 80s. Do they know that I'm not buying my Palmolive dishwashing soap there? No, but I do. And I feel good. One of the things that makes me feel good is feeling good where I spend my money and how I spend my money. Voting with your pocketbook. Voting with your pocketbook, with your wallet. You have power, and it's where you spend your money. Feeling good is feeling good. Feeling good about when and how much money you spend can help you feel good. It can make you feel shitty. Okay. There we go. All right. Well, here's the funny thing. Joann's, I think, is going out of business. I don't know. It does make it slightly more inconvenient. It could be more inconvenient. Okay. But convenience or feeling good in your soul. Now, I don't know what's up. So I love it. Okay. So Cat Roby is shifting gears. When we have a boundary, we stop something and we start another thing. It's like shifting gears in a car. Quick change. Here I am looking at my pile, looking at it. How about putting your hand, physically make contact with the pile and just pull out one thing? Get yourself started. Okay. Yes. And I love it. Sometimes, here's a wonderful thing, exchanging information. If you take a picture of something you want and you share it with somebody, somebody may have it and they don't want it anymore. They could give it to you. You know? Okay. Luann is taking pictures of my grandson's artwork, going to have a book made of them at Walgreens. The fridge needs help. Okay. This is how I look at things, Luann. Your grandson is probably going to inherit that book when you get older or you pass along. Why not get him involved with the bookmaking right now and have him help decide what artwork he wants in that book? You may have fewer pages in that book. Get the person involved with it. That could be something fun, I think. Okay. There was something. Oh, and what's the? I will Google what's going on with Joann's, because frankly, here's the thing. I'll be honest with you. When we were traveling this week, I saw, and you know me, I rarely buy stuff, but I allow myself the opportunity. I keep my options open, my heart open, no boundaries. If I see something that makes my heart go zing, then I might entertain the notion of buying something, which I did this weekend, which was very surprising to me. I didn't expect it, but I bought 2 pillow covers because they delighted my eyes. I knew exactly where they would go in the house, and they would replace 2 pillows that aren't exactly working. Now, I was about to go to Joann's. We drove past it yesterday. So I'm to buy something to stuff in the pillows. Now, if Joann's is doing something that I don't believe in, I will take my money elsewhere. So I will research Joann's. I will put a question mark. Okay. Notice you have power. I got the power. You got the power to let people in and keep people out. Let stuff in, let it out. You're the gatekeeper. You're the person working the door at your own life. Okay. Oh, I see what you're saying, Ellen. So it's going out of business. Yes. Notice the fear. Notice it's a money thing. Okay. Notice it's a money thing. Stuff's going to be wicked cheap. Fear, money. Ooh, it's a powerful combo. I fear that my taxes are being put to something I don't want. I make certain decisions. I fear that I won't be able to get this thing that they sell at Joann anymore. I feel like I should hoard something when it's cheap because I may not get it in the future. I may need to spend more money in the future. Why not try to get it at full price? Just observe it. Now, I've gotten pretty good at this. I will share with you. It hasn't always been easy. I have been the person who has it, and this is the interesting thing to me. It just happened last week. I went to the Container Store for something specific, and this actually reminded me of something. Again, I'm going to take notes here. Notice how my hand writes slower than my mouth or my brain. So it took me a pause there. I went to the Container Store to look for something specific. I went in there looking for 2 specific things. I looked for them. I did not find them. That's okay. I tried. But as I was walking past a clearance section, I was like, ooh, these things are cheap. Maybe I'm going to look here. But then I offered to myself, why would I buy? Just because it's cheap doesn't mean I have to buy it. Unless it's something that is truly going to look good, function well, and make me feel good, I'm not even interested. But I haven't always been this way, you guys. I can tell you how to take 75% off of something in a hot minute because I used to work retail. I was waiting for things to change to 90% off and buying them whether I wanted them or not. So ask yourself, when you go to Joann's today, would I buy that if it was at full price? Because if the answer is no, you don't need that thing. It's a money thing. And just offer that. I will go into Joann's and I'd be okay with buying 2 pillow inserts at full price. Will I be delighted when they're half off? Yes, but I need the pillow inserts. Will I be tempted by things that are now 90% off? Possibly. But then I will say to myself, again, boundary, a pause to think. Do I need this? Truly need this? Do I need another pair of scissors? Even if they're 90% off. If I do buy the really good scissors at 90% off, Will I promise myself to then donate the not so great scissors to replace them? Okay. Yeah. Okay. Okay, Ellen, thank you. So obviously we live close because I drove past the one in Wayne right there on 202. The one in Norristown, Joanne's. Who? Maybe I'll run into you. Notice me. I look like this, but I wear my outdoor glasses. If you see me, definitely say hi. Okay. Yep. But notice they are stripped bare because a lot of people grabbing for fear. The fear is real. But I think I am finished. I think I'm finished. Notice I said boundaries, barriers, stop, traffic cop hand. Sometimes the boundary is literally just saying, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Hey, wait a minute. Pausing to create some distance between you and the habitual response. Hey, wait a minute. And then asking yourself in that distance, while you have stopped the action and quieted down whatever, saying, what do I want? What do I need? Do I really need any more yarn? Now, I'm not going to answer that for you. No, you don't need any more yarn. Use the yarn you have. Now, part of me could say that, and part of me could be right. I am not the one to make that decision for you. I want you to get better at what Laura did earlier. Traffic cop hand, what do I want? I do not want whatever is in that bag this lady is giving me. So I am going to honor what I want and say, oh, thank you for thinking of me, but no. I am going to get out of fear and into trust. I am going to trust that when I want and need some yarn, that there still will be a place for me to get yarn. Will it be the Joannes in Wayne or Norristown? Maybe not. But will there be other places I can get yarn when I truly need it? Do I have yarn at home? Probably. Am I using my yarn at home? If I am, yay. Let's continue. Maybe I'm going to use up what I have before I go buy any more. Am I hoarding yarn? Am I hoarding? And I'm saying yarn, but insert. We'll play here. Maybe I can see this. I've got like more than 5 minutes. Where is it? I think you guys will get a kick out of this. Mad Libs. Mad Libs. Am I hoarding nouns? Right? Am I hoarding? Remember this? Am I hoarding nouns? Could I live without noun plural? What's a hoard you have in your house? What's a hoard you have in your house? Now, this may sound silly to you, but this is the one that comes to my mind, and it's not in my house. Chapstick. Okay. Now, I share this because I like to have moist lips. Okay. I share this because also when we were traveling this week, my chapstick fell out of my coat pocket and I lost it. And it was one of my favorite chapsticks. They don't hardly make it anymore. But I have this one, and a third one in the bedroom. And there's one in my to-go bag that is almost done. I could go buy another one, but instead I'm going to practice using what I have. I have physically stopped my hand from grabbing another chapstick at the store because I said, wait, I have one at home already I can use. I'm going to trust that I can use this, and when that one runs out, then I'll buy it. I have changed the frequency with which I have accumulated those things. Okay. All right. Carol Boyette's got cookbooks. Becky Ridgway, Vintage Christmas. Yeah. Yeah. I used to have a lot of Vintage Christmas. I don't have as much as I want anymore. And I'll be honest with you. I have given a lot of my Vintage Christmas to my sister. My sister, who, as far as I know, has welcomed the Vintage Christmas for me. She has also welcomed a lot of shit that she does not want in her life That's why I try to make sure that I send her the good stuff. But she has also said yes to stuff that I know she damn well doesn't want. That's my family talking. Because she was afraid to say no to somebody. I see that play out, and that's why she's got so much stuff. Because she's not practiced her boundaries. She's afraid that her saying no is going to piss somebody else off or whatever. I'm not going to speak for her. But what I will say is pick out the stuff you like and then find out a good home for whatever. If you're hoarding it, get curious why you're hoarding it. Now, cookbooks, Carol Boyette. I used to collect vintage cookbooks because I thought they were kitschy. And for a while there, for a time in my life, I used them to find wacky recipes to make for parties. After a certain point, though, the novelty wore off. Novelty wears off. So, Carol, I would just get curious and ask yourself, without judgment, when is the last time I cooked a recipe from one of my actual cookbooks? When is the last time I reached for those books? Because I know right now that when I don't do the cooking in the house, mostly my husband does, we have recipes and we have cookbooks. He doesn't go to them anymore. He Googles it and finds a recipe online. Our habits have changed. So I have gone through our cookbooks and I have donated some. The ones that remain are ones that have sentimental attachments. But there are far fewer of them. So knowing it. There we go, Leilani. A hoard? Are you spying on me? Scrapbooking supplies. Okay. It is okay. Let me just tell this to everybody. It is okay. And I just saw Wayne's World. So I feel like Chris Farley being the security guy for Mr. Big. This is a deep cut, but if you know, you know. It is okay that in the past, you liked doing something. Scrapbooking, cooking out of recipes in your cookbooks, sewing, knitting. It is okay that you liked doing it then, back then. It is also totally okay for you to say to yourself, hey, me of now, not in the past, but right now, do I still get joy from this? That's a good one. Do I still get joy from noun, adjective, food, whatever? The answer can be yes. The answer can also be, not so much. Think about me and the Biscoff cookies. Think about things you used to like doing that you don't do anymore. That is okay to change your mind. You are always evolving into a different person. Okay? So, there we go. What I would love to it. Okay. Yeah, you know what, Ellen? I don't know, but I'm going out to Joanne probably today. I may see you. Okay. And if not, I will think of you and smile. Okay. But I want to leave you with that. I used to like this. Do I still like it today? And not just like. How about this? Does this delight me? Does this bring me joy? And listen for your answers. And let that answer guide you in your next actions, okay? Now, my next actions are ending this right quick because I have to hop on to coaching, but I will see you guys the next time I'm doing one. We get some parties coming up this week. Check the calendar. All sorts of good stuff. I'm going to get the tickets out today. I promise. This has been awesome. I'll see you guys later, okay?